Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video. It is going to be my second update in my graveyard project pan. This project was created by Emily from Emily and Max. I will have her channel linked down below. I rave about her all the time. Definitely go check her out. She has such an amazing channel. There are so many other people currently participating in this project as well. So all of the information for this project will be linked in the description box down below in case this is your first time catching a graveyard project pan. This is a 6-month rolling style project. Ends on October 31st, hence the spooky theme. And there are two categories within this project. There is the resurrection category, which is a category for products that you had in other projects but maybe were unsuccessful on hitting your goals. And then there is the collecting cobwebs category, and those are just old products in your collection that may be collecting dust or cobwebs in your makeup collection. So that is what this project is all about. I do have one product I will be rolling out today, and I lost a product, so I'll also be replacing the lost product. If you're interested in my progress / update, stay tuned for this. If you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project painting content or just chit-chatting about makeup, I would love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. Oh my goodness, I feel like my nose is like never running until I put my makeup on, and then I put my makeup on and my nose literally runs all day. We already went through the rules of this project in the introduction, so I'm just gonna jump right in, and I'm gonna go in order that I have these items written down. So up first, I have my Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation. I rolled this in for the category. I'm like, what word am I trying to say? For the category collecting cobwebs. This is one of my older foundations in my collection, and I feel like I've been unofficially trying to pan this product for a couple of years now, which tells you how old this product is. It still smells like peach, and I don't feel like my skin breaks out when I wear this. I do have it in the shade Warm Nude, which is definitely more of like a summer tan tone for me. This product has 1.6 fluid ounces, so it is much larger than your standard foundation. And when I rolled this in, this weighed 50 grams. It weighed 49 grams last update and weighs 48 grams today. So consistently, I've been doing 1 gram worth of use every 2 months. So I need to step it up. However, tomorrow is September. And this is definitely more of a summer shade for me. I do have another foundation that I'm working on in this project that's way too light for me. So I thought by mixing the two, maybe I would be able to get some good use out of that combination, but both are more like mattifying foundations, so it hasn't been my favorite. Regardless, my goal when I rolled this in was to finish this by the end of the project. I don't know that we're gonna be successful in that, but we're sure gonna try. The next product is another collecting cobwebs product. This is one of my oldest face palettes, if not my oldest face palette in my entire collection. It is my Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator palette. So within this palette, there are 3 of the Laura Geller Baked Gelato highlighters. You have Ballerina, Gilded Honey, which was like an OG classic, and then Peach Glow right here. When I rolled this in, I thought it'd be cool if I could hit pan in every single shade, but I felt like I was closest in Peach Glow. When I look at this, so these obviously are baked products, so I don't know what the pan is gonna look like. Sometimes with waffle pans, you like don't even see that you hit pan until like later down the road, I feel like. But I don't necessarily, I feel like I'm close, and then I'm like, man, maybe I'm not close at all. I will say I haven't reached for this all that frequently. It'd be like I'd reach for it a couple times, then I'd put it back in my drawer, and then I'd remember that I'm panning this, so I'd reach for it a few more times, and then I'd put it away and forget about it again. This weighed 77 grams when I rolled this in. It still weighs 77 grams today. I have been trying the last few days to like wear this on like my shoulders, to highlight my shoulders as well as my face, but I just don't know that I'm going to be successful in reaching my goal of hitting pan on honestly anything by the end of the project, but it's still going to be the goal. My Tarte Rum Punch lipstick, which is my literal favorite lipstick of all time, I lost. I literally cannot find that lipstick. I had rolled that in because I had been working on it in multiple projects. Like, that's another product that is years old but still performed so well, but I lost it. So I don't have an update for you on that, which is such a bummer because I had worked through so much of that lipstick, but alas, it's lost. So I will be replacing that at the end of the project, or at the end of this video. And then the product that I finished off is my NYX Butter Gloss. I have this in the shade Madeline. So this is pretty opaque packaging. I did take the stopper out. It's super messy. If I really scraped, like, there's definitely some product still here at the bottom, but it's super messy. This is a really sticky formula, definitely not a favorite gloss formula of mine anymore, and I'm ready to just call this an empty. Like, When I open this, there's really, I mean, yeah, like I could get a little bit out. Maybe I'll add a little bit to my lips because like I maybe have 2 or 3 uses left in this, so maybe I'll set this out on my vanity, but I've already counted this as an empty in like my makeup rehab just because the product at the bottom, like I can't reach it. So I'm still gonna call this an empty. It really is an empty. When I rolled this in, it weighed 12 grams. It weighed 11 grams last update and weighs 9 grams as an empty today. So super exciting. Next up, another lip product. This is the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade of Mauve Story. I believe this was in collaboration with Desi and Katie. And I actually do have this on my lips, had this on my lips before I covered it in gloss. Today, I have been reaching for this a lot, whether it be on its own or coated with a gloss. This weighed 22 grams when I rolled this in, and it still weighs 22 grams today, which I was actually really surprised by because I do feel like I have to dip in multiple times to get a full coating for my lips. I have not tried to take the stopper out of this yet just because I feel like it's gonna be super messy and I'm not like about that life. My goal is to empty this out and finish this off, and I'm still confident I can do that by the end of this project. This is like a really beautiful mid-toned Your Lips But Better shade on me, and I can easily wear this with just about any makeup look. So I will continue to reach for this, continue to use this, and I'm hoping that this will be an empty at the finale, which will be the next update, will be the finale. So then the other foundation that I was telling you guys about is my Oma Beauty Stay Woke foundation. I rolled this in for the prompt a resurrection category. I had worked on this in a previous project. I want to say a whole collection project. I could be wrong on what project it was a part of, but this is way too light for me. So I just wanted to give myself, I don't reach for it all that frequently because it is too light for me. So I always have to mix it with a deeper foundation. So I feel like I needed an extra boost of motivation. That's why I decided to include this in this project. I did roll this in last update. This wasn't something that's been in since the introduction. And when I rolled it in last update, it weighed 126 grams. It does weigh 123 grams today. So I have been using it. When I rolled this in, this was right about here. And this is where I have made the new line marking. There is like, when this settles, there is a line of demarcation right about where that line is. So I'm excited that there's some progress. There's still over half of this product left. My goal is to finish this by the end of the project, and I definitely do not feel like I'm gonna reach that goal. I honestly would be like surprised if I finish this by the end of 2022. I would love to. I would love to have this as a foundation empty, but I just don't know that we're gonna get there. Again, as I keep saying, it's still the goal, but 3 grams worth of product or progress. If I did the same amount of progress as I did from last update to like this update, I would probably be about halfway done with this bottle. So like maybe that would be like an actual realistic good goal for me, but that's where we're at with that. And then the last product I have to update you on is another resurrection category product. This is something I worked on last year in my whole rolling project 10 pan. This is my Ilia Drawn In Nightlight Bronzing Powder, or Nightlight Bronzing Powder in the shade Drawn In. And I already had a pan on this when I rolled this in, but I wanted to roll it in to try and expand the pan. I believe I have definitely expanded the pan. My goal was to completely uncover this ring, and I'm a little bit disappointed that I have not yet done that. I feel like with like a week's more use, I could have had that ring fully uncovered, but I'm not too mad because I feel like this is something I've been feeling inspired to reach for lately. So even after like hitting that goal of uncovering the pan, which if I do that in the next week, I still have like almost 2 more months left of this project after that, meaning that maybe I could even get to uncover 2 full rings by the finale. We shall see. We shall see. So this weighed 74 grams when I rolled this in. It still weighs 74 grams today. I will be very excited to see what this looks like come the end of the project, but a little bit disappointed I did not quite uncover that first ring. So those are all the products I have to update you on. I do have that missing Tarte lipstick to replace, and then I will be replacing the Madeline lip gloss from NYX. So to replace my Tarte lipstick, I decided to pull in another lipstick, and this is for the prompt or the category Collecting Cobwebs, and I selected this lipstick from Kat Von D. This isn't even like KVD. This is from when this was Kat Von D. So old. Let me just give it a sniff test. I don't smell anything. So this is the shade Bow and Arrow. This is such an OG shade. Like, do you remember when this shade was like all the rage? This and what was the other one? the super popular matte liquid lipstick. Anyway, so this is the shade Bow and Arrow. It's a cool toned brownie nude, and this is like right up my alley, especially for this time of year. Now, I still have so much of this left. Well, actually, rolling this up, I'm like, maybe I don't actually have too much. I mean, definitely not something I'll be finishing in the next 2 months, but I thought I would give myself a 20 use goal because I feel like using it like 10 times in September and 10 times in October is an achievable goal, and I would be really happy because I have not reached for this in Lord knows when. So that's gonna be my goal with that one. And then I did not feel like replacing my NYX lip gloss with another lip gloss because I feel like I'm working on so many lip products throughout all of my projects. So I decided to do another collecting cobwebs category, and I selected my oldest powder in my collection. So this is actually my RMS powder, not RMS, what is it? RCMA powder in my Laura Mercier container, just because the RCMA powder container is like the most annoying thing ever. So I am currently working on a powder, like a pressed powder in my Rolling Project 10 pan, but I'm not working on a loose powder, and I have not felt inclined to reach for loose powders really at all this year. So I thought this would give me like a little boost of motivation to reach for a loose powder, but also this powder is so old in my collection. We're talking like 2017, possibly 2016, which is wild to think about. So this is a very old powder in my collection. I don't by any means think that I will be finishing this. So if I hold this up in the way of like this sticker at the top, I have more than half of this container completely full. I obviously did weigh this. My goal is just going to be to use this and hopefully, so it's currently actually weighing 74 grams. Maybe I should give myself like a weight change goal and give myself a goal of getting to 70 grams. I don't necessarily know if that's like an achievable goal at all, but I'm just going to throw it out there and that's what we're going to go for. So my goal will be to get the weight of this down to 70 grams, meaning 4 grams worth of use. Yes, that is gonna wrap it up for today's Graveyard Project Pan update. I hope you guys enjoyed. I would love to know, have you recently finished off any products that you feel like would fall into any of these categories, whether they be products that you were unsuccessful in panning, but then now last you have, or older products in your collection. Let a girl know in the comments below. Other than that, thank you so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.